Okay, so this is the final of the 3 gaming headsets that I've purchased that I want to show everyone. This is the Tritton Pro Plus True 5.1 surround headset, okay? So, what I'm going to do is show you again the packaging, then I'm going to show you the equipment, and I'm going to say the pros and cons. So, packaging. Pretty nice. The cool thing about the Trittons is they come in multiple colors. I got the red, but you can also buy white and you can get black as well. So there are 3 different versions. However, unlike some of the other headphones that I've shown, you cannot buy custom plates. It's basically whatever color you buy is what you're going to be stuck with forever, okay? Now, what I want to mention, because it says it on the packaging prominently displayed, Precision 3D directional audio using Dolby Digital 5.1 and surround sound and 8 performance-tuned speakers. Now what I mean, inside the actual headphones, there are actually 8 separate speakers, 4 in each cup. So unlike the other 2 sets of headphones, which are basically virtual surround, it uses different drivers and software and such to simulate surround sound, okay? Here, this headphone literally does actually have 4 speakers in each earphone, okay? So, this literally is the only headset that really does have surround sound. Unlike other headphones that simulate it, it actually does have separate speakers and does actually play separate sounds in each speaker. That's important to note, okay? So let's get this guy open. It's a little difficult to open because there's this thing that it hangs by at the top, alright? So, slides off, here's your box. You open it up. And inside, this is where you would have your volume adjustment unit, this is your headphones, and then underneath, you've got the box that has all the cords and shit in it, okay? So I'm not going to bother taking that out and showing you all the cords or anything like that, alright? So, what we're going to do now is look at the actual audio adjustment box, and we're going to look at the unit itself. This is the audio box for the Tritton. And you might be saying to yourself, what the fuck is that? It's huge. You're absolutely right. It is humongous, alright? The Tritton box is different than the others because remember, this is true surround sound. It actually has 4 speakers in each cup, so it needs more hardware to operate, so you get this giant box. It doesn't weigh anything. It's very light, but it is kind of odd that you do have this giant box, okay? So what do you have? You've got... Uh-oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, out of all the headsets that I purchased, this is the only one, does require a separate power adapter, comes with it, but it has to have a power line plugged into the wall or into your surge protector, whatever, to have this box to operate. So the other 2 that I've looked at so far, they work purely off of USB power, this one does not. That is a big difference, okay? What you have here are different audio outs. So for someone who wants to daisy chain, you can, or you want to do another set of headphones into this, you do it out of the front. It's the green jack. But also this has surround speakers, which are for the rear channels, and then the central, which is actually for the subwoofer. Alright? You could actually hook up a surround sound system to this guy if you wanted to, because this is true surround sound, not simulated like the others. Here's your optical in, so this is for whatever game system you're using it with, this is where you plug in your optical audio to get the actual audio. It is important to note that just like the Astro A40s, the Tritton Pro Plus needs to have an optical input from your PC in order to work with your PC. It will not work with just USB like the EarForce XP7 does, okay? So you need to have optical audio in from your Xbox, your PlayStation 3, or your PC. And a USB, and that's what you're going to plug into either your PC or your console, okay? On the front, alright, it's hard to see, I know, because it is a black unit, but there are a couple adjustments. There's actually some buttons here where you can enable Dolby Pro Logic 1 and 2. But the one major thing that you're probably seeing right now, you're like, what the fuck is that? Is this. The actual cord is a unique proprietary cord, alright? The cord looks nothing like any other cord. It is not USB. So this headset, in order to function, needs this box. You can't unplug this headset from this box and plug it into somewhere else and have it work as normal headphones. The other units that I showed you, you can. You just can't get surround sound out of them. But let's say if you were playing on your Nintendo 3DS and you wanted to plug them into there, you could. You could use those headphones with your Nintendo 3DS. This will only work if you plug your 3DS into this beast. Okay? This monstrous beast. It has to be plugged in, which could be a huge freaking hassle. Okay? Now, this cord runs all the way to your headphones. which then has this unit attached to the cord. What this is your on-the-fly audio adjustment. What you can do with this unit is you can adjust the front, the center, and the rear, and the subwoofer all on the fly, because remember, there's 4 speakers in each cup. So this is literally adjusting the volume of each speaker. If you think that the voices are too loud, you can adjust the front. If you think that the subwoofer is too much bass, you can adjust the bass. You can do that on the fly while you're actually gaming. This is your audio adjustment that ups and downs the audio. If you push this in with your thumb, it mutes it. Okay? This right here shows your voice chat. I'm sorry, not your voice chat, your earphone level. If you do this, it'll light up and it means that this is muted. Sorry, this over here is actually your voice chat, and you can go up, down, or press it in to mute it. So that's the level of your voice that comes through the microphone. You can completely mute your microphone by switching this switch down, okay? This here is where you plug your cord. Sorry, trying to get some light on it. Right there, you plug your cord into your Xbox 360 controller so you can do voice chat over the Xbox 360, okay? And then this actually has a clip if you want to clip onto your shirt or onto something. And this cord goes to your headphones, okay? So here they are. I'm trying to untangle them so I can show them to you. Unlike the other 2 headphones I've shown you, these are a much longer cup. See that? It's rectangular rather than kind of rounded like the others. And that's because, again, they need more room to put the speakers inside of it. It is a little bit on the weightier side, but it's not as heavy as the Turtle Beach headphones, but it's definitely heavier than the Astro A40s. And here's your microphone, which of course, just like all the others, is very bendy, okay? And those are those headphones. So, advantages and disadvantages of these headphones. Number 1, price point is in the middle. They're middle ground for pricing. They're about $250, okay? So, more expensive than the Astro A40s, cheaper than the Turtle Beach. Take that as you will, okay? You can get your own color. The problem is you're stuck with that color forever. You cannot buy the adjustable cups for it. So that's something someone might want to actually factor in, okay? You do have to plug in optical audio no matter when you're using it. Especially, this is notable with the PC, just like the Astro A40s, you need optical audio in. You cannot just use it through USB like you can with the Earforce XP7. For me, a big negative is the lack of what do they call them? Presets. So you saw with the other 2 headphones that I showed you, they had presets where it could be like, I said one preset maybe sounds really good with gaming because there's more bass. I showed you on the Earforce XP7, the preset that I use has extra bass and extra treble. This doesn't have any of that. If you want that, you have to manually adjust it here by yourself. There's no preset button where it'll just auto-adjust. That is something that's lacking from this unit. Another detriment of this unit is the box. You need the box to use this unit because it doesn't have a just standard USB connection or stereo cable connection either. You have to use this box, and that is a detriment in my opinion. Sometimes you just want to be able to use these. Maybe you clear your Nintendo 3DS. You can't do that. You have to plug the 3DS into this beast. Okay, and the final thing, all right, is that I think is actually a plus is the surround sound. When I played games with all 3 of these headsets and I was testing the surround sound, by far, this headset accentuates the surround sound more than any other headset. You literally, if there's someone talking behind you, it feels like there's a person standing behind you because there's an actual speaker inside of the earphone. So for surround sound purposes, for games where you actually need to use the environmental surround sound, maybe Call of Duty, you hear a guy behind you, FPS games in particular, probably you're going to utilize that better than a lot of other games. This headset is exceptionally good in that regard, okay? However, I guess what you have to ask yourself is, what are you looking for in a headset? Do you really care about the surround sound being, having 4 separate speakers in each ear cup and getting the superior surround sound? Or do you care more about the adaptability of the unit? Remember, this has less adjustments than the other 2 that I showed you, and you can't just use a standard stereo cable to use these with other devices. You're always forced to use this box, and this box needs a power source. So it's another detriment. It needs a power cable while the others don't. They're powered by USB. So it has its pros and it has its cons. Alright? So now I've reviewed 3, or not reviewed, but did a walkthrough of 3 different headsets. I'm going to come back and we are going to do a showdown video where I tell you which one I think is the best for which situation. So stick around.